Hi everyone, welcome to this timeless pick a card reading with a little bit of a twist. So I'm just going to do a brief intro to help you understand, or to let you know, should I say, how the readings are intended to work. All of the oracle decks and tarot cards are ready as well. I've got 3 decks as usual for my pick a card readings. As you can see, we've got numbers here as well. So each, I've done these in batches. So we've got 3 subject areas: relationships, work, and general. And depending on what deck you pick, that will determine what type of reading you get. But you'll only see the numbers, you won't see what's on the back until we do the actual reading. So when I speak of relationships, it can be romantic relationships, of course, but it can also be any relationship or interactions you have with anyone in your life, from your neighbor to your best friend, your mum, your dad, your granddad, your ex-partner, whatever. In terms of work, that can, definitely be about your job or career or anything that you are focused on and giving your time and energy and effort to. So projects, creativity, learning, business plans, your life purpose, your spiritual path, your achievements as well. And the general reading is just anything from just the day-to-day stuff to something very specific and significant for you. So as I said, we're going to be surprised together. I mean, obviously by the time I get to the 3rd reading, I'll know what's left. I'll know what reading hasn't been done and what's left. But we should be getting the surprise together. So your job is to look at the tarot decks when they come out and see what deck calls you and what number calls you as well. Because as I said, you'll see the number. Focus on that. Also, if you have a specific question or subject area that you want to look at, concentrate on that as well, and that may help you to use your intuition to choose the deck that gives the information that you need. I will say that the cards will often give you the message that you need, not what you want. So say if you wanted to look at your relationships, a romantic relationship or something, but you've got work stuff going on in your life that is really important and you're kind of trying to block the work stuff out, focus on the relationship, you may actually end up with the work reading because it's like the universe or spirit or whatever's way of saying, no, this work stuff is what needs attention. But as I say, you're welcome to watch one of the readings, 2 of the readings, or all of the readings. And of course, if you have any questions or queries, just send me a message in the comment section. So I'm just going to give a brief example of how I'm going to choose the cards. So I'm going to mix them back up. So, I mean, to be frank, I can't remember which order it was in anyway. But I would literally swap the rows around to mix them back up so it's random, so we can both be surprised. So that can go there, and we'll just put this row back in the middle. So the way I will be choosing the cards, hopefully this works now, is I'm just going to choose it diagonally, and I should get one each card that I choose should have a different subject area. So I'm going to choose number 1 would be a work reading, number 2 would be a general reading, and it works. Number 3 would be a relationship reading, and as I say, we'll be surprised at the same time. So hopefully you enjoy it, and yeah, let's get on with it. So welcome back, fire signs. As you can see, we've got all the decks laid out and the numbers. So just use your intuition and focus on whichever deck or number is calling out to you. Again, if you have a specific theme or question, whether it's work, relationships, general, or something specific, you might want to focus on that as well to help you choose which deck you want to use. So again, the messages are for fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, and my mind has gone blank. Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo, which I should remember because I'm a Leo, moon and rising. So yeah, just use your intuition, focus on what you want to choose. Okay, and we will get on with the readings. And as I always say, you're welcome to watch one of the readings, 2 of them, or all 3 of them as well. So again, welcome back, fire signs. Those of you who chose the first deck, so your group 1, you have a general reading. So I'm going to put that here for you. Just move these out of the way. I'm going to start off with some oracle card messages from the Sacred Destiny deck and the Moonology deck as well. And then we'll get into this deck as your main for your main spread. Okay, so we're going to start off with some messages from the Moonology deck, first of all. So the messages, I'll repeat, are for anyone whose sun, moon, or rising sign is a fire sign: Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You are also welcome to watch the videos for the other elements as well, if your sun, moon or rising sign is an earth sign, air sign or water sign. But let's get the messages for fire. So for a general reading, what do we need to know? Right. And again, if you have a specific question, you might want to focus on that. So we have, I'm sure this came out for Capricorn as well. This one, you are good enough. Not Capricorn, sorry. Earth signs. I don't know what I'm thinking. You know, it's because it's Capricorn season, isn't it now? Right. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. You have prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. Wow, that's 2 earth signs in your reading already. Okay. And meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So I will be reading the meditate and contemplate card. I mean, you are good enough. That's where it can be about low self-esteem. It can be just one particular thing where you're kind of feeling like you're not up to it, or you don't have the confidence or something like that. Prosperity, it's just prosperity, abundance can be yours. But yeah, the meditate and contemplate one, I feel that needs a bit of a look into. Let's get you some sacred destiny cards as well. I don't know if anyone's experiencing anything where they doubt their abilities in anything in particular. But what else do fire signs need to know for their general reading? That was very acrobatic, wasn't it? So you've got miracles. I'll get a couple more for you. Nope, that's about 5 cards in one go. Try that again. Anything else for fire signs for their general reading, please? Oh, and I forgot to say with the general reading, well, I did say it in the intro, I'll say it again. With the general reading, we can be looking at anything from just general day-to-day stuff to something very specific and significant to you. So, yep, we'll take that one. We have Gateway. I'm quite a fan of that Gateway card, actually, and I like the fact that it's with miracles because it's making me think of Gateway to miracles. But let's get you one more. I might read the Gateway one as well, actually. There is, okay, that's funny because, well, not funny, but because I was talking about if you're lacking confidence or doubt in your abilities, and then we have Courage. So I really like this Courage card, actually. But what was I going to say? It feels kind of magical in a sort of way. I mean, well, we have got miracles, so that can feel magical. But I think that Gateway and Meditate and Contemplate card, there's something kind of magical about that, isn't there? So let's get the book out. So we're going to get the Moonology book first and look up New Moon in Pisces, Meditate and Contemplate. So it says, this card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It suggests there's a new start coming your way that's connected to a matter that leaves you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being in a totally altered state. There could be confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before and that's what you're expecting. However, if you're onto a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. If all that sounds a little wet and watery, then that's Pisces for you. This is the last sign of the zodiac, and the New Moon in Pisces card can suggest a last-ditch chance to make your dreams come true. The Attune to the Moon message says use your feelings to guide your way. Logic won't work right now. And additional meanings for this card: face your fears. There's the Courage card still, and you are good enough. They may be holding you back. This situation is being healed. It's time to surrender to the divine. Chant Om Namo Narayani. And also avoid being deceptive or willingly deceived. And the teaching says Pisces is the sun of reveries and mysteries, or depths of emotion, idealism and hopeless romantics. It is the sign of water and the unconscious. Its energy is deep like watery depths. The new moon in Pisces indicates a time to listen to your feelings and to allow your emotions free rein. Whatever you're feeling as you pull this card is more likely than the truth, unless you've been kidding yourself somehow and only you know if that's the case or not. So it mentioned romance, it mentioned feelings. I mean, for some, Could there be romance involved? I don't know. There is a really magical kind of vibe about it though. So we're going to also look at, I wanted to look at that other, I'm just looking for the book, right, got it here. The gateway message as well. I mean, it did mention dreams, didn't it? And I'm just thinking that this thing with the gateway and dreams, I don't know if that's relevant, to be honest. Right, it says, I'll read the whole thing. It says, Enchanted Valley. I mean, you've got a unicorn in there, haven't you, actually, in the gateway card? Yeah, you have a unicorn. You know what? I'm going to stick that one on top because I just like looking at the unicorn. Although that courage card feels really powerful as well, but yeah. There are places on the planet where the veil between the physical realms and the mystical dimensions is especially thin, like in dreams. Yeah, like in dreams. These places are called portals, vortexes, or spirit gateways. In mythology, they are revered as places where things beyond ordinary reality can occur. Mystics, visionaries, and shamans can traverse this realm and the next through these places. In Celtic traditions, the wee folk, fairies and elves, easily move through these portals and have access to these magical places. The Enchanted Valley is the place where these portals often appear. It says the sacred landscape wants you to know magic is afoot. Wondrous events are unfolding, profound revelations and inner illuminations are close at hand. It is now much easier to manifest your dreams. This is an excellent time to take action on your visions for your future. A small amount of action now will generate much bigger results. Gateways to spirit are opening and there are places where the veil is especially thin. Fairies and elves are supporting you, if you believe in them. Wonders are blossoming in your life. Watch for them. Open your heart to hallowed, holy, magical energy. The more you become aware of the small marvels in your life, the more they will grow in magnitude. So I think one of the messages that I'm getting from this before getting the cards out is to, I would say, like, believe in miracles and magic. And I mean, if you believe in it in the more literal sense, that's great. But I think I mean it just in terms of like hope in humanity for a start. And yeah, that would be one place to start. And like, you know, for example, if you've had a rough year or something, if 2023 was a rough year for you and you've just had a lot to deal with and just juggling the day-to-day stuff, and it's just life has kind of lost a bit of its magic and it's just all, everything's all practical and serious, and you know what I mean, just sort of embrace that, a bit of that childlike sense of magic and adventure. And that sounds really dramatic and you know, over the top, but I think that's one of the first things that I get from that. In terms of manifestation, that could be really important for someone here. Whatever you consider manifestation to be, however you consider it to work. I think a lot of people have, we all have our own way, or, you know, I don't know if we do all have our own way. Well, yeah, we would. We have our own way of manifesting, but I think it is, just as a personal view on it, it is important for us to have our own way or version or perspective of manifestation, because I think one of the dangers that can happen is if you get too stuck on a certain method that's been taught by someone else. Not to say you can't gain anything from that, but if you do get too stuck on that, it can end up becoming something where you're doing it, but you don't even 100% believe in it, if that makes sense. It's like, you know, where you get people that are, that were raised in a particular spiritual group or religion, and it gets to the point in their lives where they realize, you know what, I'm following all these rules, I'm doing all these things, and I don't even actually genuinely connect with it or believe in it, but it's just because that's all I know, that's what I've grown up with as a tradition, that's what I've been taught or taught to believe in. I'm just following it, I'm blindly following it, you know. So yeah, I don't know why I felt the need to bring that up, but yeah, I think it's a good idea for us, yes, learn from others, but you know, always be able to think for yourself and have your own version of it, and allow yourself to have your own opinions on stuff as well. You know, just because one person says this is what works and this is how it should be, you don't have to agree with that, do you? You literally don't have to agree with it. Even if you look up to the person, you don't have to agree with them. But anyway, I'm going to get off that trip. I don't know why I went on a trip about that, but let's get your main deck out and let's see what comes up for you in this general reading. So let's get the main, like, an overall energy for you first of all. I think that that's the point, that one of the points that I didn't realize I was making there is that if you blindly follow other people's paths and rules, your life can lose its magic because you're not, it's like you're not being true to you. You're just following somebody else's rules. But anyway, and the Empress on the bottom of the deck, and he's all about sovereignty, isn't he? So anyway, overall energy for fire signs, right? We have the Queen of Wands, who is, in the tarot, can be known as the witch. I mean, I know we often think of the Queen of Cups, who is like, she's the psychic, she's the empath, it's water energy, water spiritual. We often think of her as being like the mystical, magical one, but the Queen of Wands, she can be known as the witch in the tarot. She's got the wand. Wands is spiritual as well. And this is my favourite Queen of Wands out of all the decks. As I've said many times, I think it's partly the red hair. I've always had a thing about red, well, multiple hair colours, but I think red was like the first hair colour that I was like, oh my God, I wish I had bright red hair. So we've got your main theme there, Queen of Wands. I mean, that speaks of having courage and being good enough for a start. And she can be associated with manifestation, because aside from the Empress, I would say the Queen of Wands is the queen that's considered the most attractive in terms of what she can attract to her, that she can attract whatever she desires to her, and that is manifestation, isn't it? Or the purpose, or one of the purposes of manifestation is to attract what you desire to you. Okay, so, right, what am I looking at? Actually, I didn't even say what I was looking at then. I was looking at past energy. See, we've got the Queen of Cups there now as well. That's interesting. Love that. But anyway, so past energies, let's look at. So past energies. We have the Chariot. What else do we need for that? Try that again. Just bear with me. I just need to pause for a moment. Okay, fire sign. So we were on the past energies. I was just having a thought actually during that brief pause as well about holding your own with that Queen of Wands. So we'll see how that comes into play. So what else do we need to know about that Chariot as well? You've got speak of holding your own with the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, that can be a card of independence, can't it? So we've got the Nine of Pentacles and with the Ten of Swords. So I'm just thinking of this Nine of Pentacles. I was thinking, is this about someone's independence being over? But I would say it's more to do with a comfort zone, because with the Chariot, it is like going in a new direction, isn't it? It's discipline, it's control, it's mastery, or the journey to mastery. So it could be about stepping out of a comfort zone. Again, where it came in about being good enough, about courage. If you're feeling like you want to like level up in any way, shape or form. That would be leaving a comfort zone, wouldn't it? So let's look at the present or current energies. We have the High Priestess. So more Pisces energy. Anything else that we need to know about that? What can we learn from the High Priestess? So we've also got more Pisces and Cancer energy with the Three of Wands. And see, this is another card of manifestation in my eyes, Three of Wands. We've got the Moon there. So you could be exploring the sort of hidden depths of yourself or within yourself. But also, if you look at this Moon card, that is a gateway. It's a gateway. And obviously the Moon is associated with dreams, mystery. So this gateway thing really could be a big deal. You could be stepping into, very much have the opportunity to step into like this brand new magical phase of life for yourself. Like something that is like nothing you've ever experienced before. Right, and then let's get the potential future out. We have the Emperor. I mean, that's stepping into your power. If nothing else, it could at the very least be a stepping into the gateway where you just have a hell of a lot more power in your life. Let's get something for that as well. So final advice, Temperance. Okay, I'm getting a no on that. final card that's going to be advice for you in the future. Right, Two of Cups. Right, I kind of thought the Lovers was going to come out actually, but that's fine. So let me just put this out of the way somewhere. Got so many cards out. It's like, where do I put it? Okay, put it here. So we're going to get your clarifiers out, and we're going to start with that Queen of Wands. Actually, which deck do I want to use to clarify? Well, I've picked up the Everyday Witch by just automatically because it was the closest one to me, and that's associated with magic. So I think we'll stick with that. And I did say Witch, didn't I, with the Queen of Wands? I did not purposely put the Everyday Witch next to me. Like I did that before I even put the cards on the table with the numbers. So that's strange, but... Right, anyway, Queen of Wands, let's see what she has to tell us as an overall energy. So you have the Justice card and the Ace of Swords. So now I'm very much getting what I was going on about with that little rant about holding your own and having your own opinions and stuff. It's like making your own rules in a way is the first thing that comes to mind, or sort of living by your own rules. I mean, the Justice card, it's law, isn't it? So that can be about rules, but it's with justice, it can be legal matters, but with a card like the Ace of Swords, which can be to do with beliefs, it's about what you consider to be fair, balanced, justifiable, you know, your own beliefs, and having a rule book of your own beliefs and your own standards. No, it's not right. Try that again. So that was the Lovers that wanted to try and come out, but let's see what comes out. Okay, so you've got the Seven. Oh, I like that. I actually really like that. You might be really reassessing your life in general, to be honest, at this point in time. You could really be assessing things. It might be a time period where you're just kind of in a... I mean, you've got the gateway card there, but what happens when you get to a gateway? Do you walk straight through it, or do most people stand? I mean, in the Moon card, they're standing at the gateway, and it's next to the Three of Wands where they are standing there as well. So it's almost like a pause to sort of assess where you want the gateway to take you. You know, like I'm just thinking of Rick and Morty now, actually. You know, like in Rick and Morty where they open up the portal, but they kind of decide where they want to go. It's not like the portal's just there. I mean, it could be just there and then you go through it and see what happens. But even if it's not a literal place or thing or whatever you want to get to, it's like at the very least, you know what your beliefs and standards are in terms of that, and what you will and won't accept going forward. So, okay, I'm not sure what that means, but yes, I'm getting a yes on that Seven of Swords. So... Right, with the Seven of Pentacles being in reverse, again, that refers for me back to those beliefs about you don't want to waste time questioning whether or not something is worth it. Not to say that you'll never have to do that again, but there might just be a particular thing in your life, or you might be at a particular point in your life where it's like, nah, I'm not wasting time on that. I want to be I want to know what my beliefs are. Like if a certain situation comes up that you've dealt with before and in the past you were really indecisive about it or uncertain, or you didn't know how to react. Like, say for example, God, what weird example can I give now? Say for example, you went to a work party and people were talking about some weird stuff that, well, not weird, but this whatever they believe in it, talking about stuff. So like say political views or something that you didn't you weren't sure about, or you kind of disagreed with them, but you were kind of afraid to say it because you didn't have a certain opinion. It's like if that kind of discussion ever came up again, you've developed some sort of stance on it, where if it came up again, there wouldn't be any questioning whether it's worth speaking out about it or what you think about it. It would be, no, this is where I stand on this. End of story. Not to say you can't have a discussion with others about it, but you're more sure of yourself, I think is the thing that I'm trying to get to. There's something where you are more sure of yourself about something, or you want to be more sure about yourself. Let's look at that Seven of Swords. And it may be where... So another example I can give is, say that same thing happened where they were having some political debate where you disagreed with something, but you had a difference of opinion, but you didn't say anything, and then you went home and sort of thought, oh, I should have said something and blah blah blah, and I should have tried to get them to see my point of view and a different point of view. It's like you get to a point in life where you're so sure of what you believe in. Not that doesn't mean that you 100% believe you're right, but you just know where you stand and how you feel about it. So it's like you don't even have to say anything. It's like you can let them speak and you don't have to have an opinion. I think there's a saying actually that as you get older, one of the things that the benefits of getting older is not having to have an opinion or give a shit about every single thing in life. It's like some things, it's like it has no relevance to me, so I'm not even going to give it the time and energy because I could be putting my time and energy in other places. So that's another way it could go as well. But overall, there's just a sense of being more sure of yourself. So Seven of Swords, God. See, with this Seven of Swords and the Hierophant now, it's like learning between what feels like the truth and what feels like a lie. And that doesn't necessarily mean in a literal sense in terms of who is a liar in your life. I mean, it could, but again, it's more to do with your beliefs. What feels valid and valuable to you and what just feels like bullshit, basically. So anything else with that Seven of Swords? We have the Knight of Cups, and that is kind of, it's what you believe in, isn't it? It mentioned dreams a few times here. In many different ways it mentioned dreams, like sleep dreams and aspirations type dreams. So again, a dream is something that you can believe in, can't you? And another thing that comes to mind here as well in terms of being sure of yourself is if there are any things you've wanted to do, again, there could be things you want to say, but things you want to do in life where you have had doubts that have been put in your mind when you've spoken to other people about it, and they've had fears themselves and said, oh, I don't think that's a good idea, and oh, I know so-and-so who tried this and it didn't work, and or whatever it is where people have put you off it, like they think it's a stupid idea and you don't, basically. Again, it's that sense of being sure of yourself where you know what you believe, you know what feels right for you, and you're not questioning, oh, well, I don't know if it's worth it because so-and-so said it was ridiculous or whatever. So again, discerning truth from lies. I don't know why dispute came to mind. That might have some relevance for someone. And dreams, again, I mean, Four of Swords can be, so the person is asleep or could be asleep in there. So I might look at that on its own, actually. Four of Swords. What is the Four of Swords about? Sometimes that can be keeping, yeah, I'd say could be, again, there could be an element of keeping certain things to yourself to, here, because the Seven of Swords can be about keeping things to themselves as well, can't they, actually? To avoid people sort of tempting you away from whatever it is that you believe or feel is valuable. Let's get one more. I love that, the way that's come out. So with the King of Cups there, as we say, he can keep his feelings to himself, but in this case, it might be the best thing. It might be one of those occasions where it's the best thing, where if you have a particular dream, it's not to say that you'll keep it a secret forever, but go through your process with it, do what you have to do, but until necessary, like keep things on a need to know basis. So the Two of Cups would be the people that do understand, that are understanding and can be supportive, because while you're trying to create something or pursue a dream, it can be an exciting time, but it can be a very fragile time as well, because that's where there's the greatest potential for you to be probably, for some people, to be completely put off something because you don't know how it's going to turn out necessarily. So it can be important to sort of keep it on a need to know basis, and where you have genuine supporters, you know, I mean, obviously you can't help it if you tell someone and they disagree, you just have to deal with that. But it doesn't make sense to waste energy trying to sell a dream or explain your dream to someone who's just trying to put you down. Like what's the point? It's just a waste of your breath, isn't it, really, when you could share it with people that actually will hopefully understand, if not support you. So let's put those away. So Queen of Wands, as I said, it's kind of being sure of who you are and holding your own. I guess the holding your own thing was the example I said, where if you were in a political debate or something, you hold your own, whether it's you hold your own silence or you hold your own in terms of your views. Like you're not trying to force anyone to agree with you, but you're definitely not letting them coerce you into agreeing with them. I mean, you could have a conversation and your mind changes, but that's got to be your decision, not because someone has coerced you into agreeing with them or changing your mind. Chariot, discipline. It can be a card of discipline. I notice how the horses here are very coordinated. This is past energy, right? You've got the Eight of Cups. Oh, I like that. It's a similar theme of discerning between the truths and lies. What's valuable, what's not. What are your beliefs? What are your beliefs not? What feels like bullshit and you just want to walk away from it and leave it behind. And what do you want to walk towards as well? But with the Two of Pentacles, it feels like it's a case of letting go of the debate and sort of choosing your own path. You've got that Two of Cups that's shown up there again. So, God, you've got the Two of Cups quite a few times, actually, haven't you? So again, well, one of the things you'd want to go towards is genuine support, wouldn't you? Rather than people that are just putting you down, if that's something that's happened. But as I say, with the Chariot, it's choosing your own path again, holding your own. Gonna try that again. The Moon is out again. Okay, what do we have here? We have the Hanged Man, which is another card that can be very much connected to beliefs, and it can be your own beliefs and perspectives and spiritual development, but it can be sacrifice as well. I will look at that actually just to see if there is anything. I mean, I would say you're sacrificing anything that you consider to be bullshit, to be frank. But let's see. Well, that's not really a sacrifice, is it, if you sacrifice bullshit? But I mean, one thing you could sacrifice is, say, if you were connected to a particular group or something, or organization or community or whatever, and they had you've realized that your views and morals are very, very different, even to the point where it can be a deal breaker, to be honest. And you just get to the point where you're like, you know what, I kind of like you people, but there's just something, if they had with all the stuff that happens in the world now, there are going to be quite strong opinions about stuff coming around, and maybe there could be a particular view there where you're like, you know what, this has actually become a deal breaker now. It's not just a difference of opinion anymore. It's a massive, and something is part of your belief is part of who you are. And then you notice that there's a massive difference between what you believe and what someone else believes in. And it's like, actually, I think I kind of want distance from that now, because it's a massive deal breaker. Not to say that we should all perfectly agree with people, but there can be some things that are huge. There can be things that are massive differences, and sometimes people do things that we really feel are immoral as well. It's not just like a difference of opinion, it's that they're doing things that we actually are repulsed by, absolutely repulsed by. I won't give examples, I'm sure you can use your imagination for that, but let's get one more card. Like the Way of Life, for example, it could be like, hell no, that's too much for me. Right, so change. We've got a card of change with the Wheel of Fortune. Let's look at the Hanged Man and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so again with that Hanged Man, it's becoming very clear on what you believe in, what your dreams are, what you feel is right, the deal breakers for you, the path that you want to go on. Let's look at the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, I'd say with the Two of Cups, one of the considerations, again, because it's followed by the Hanged Man, is in between the Two of Pentacles, followed by the Hanged Man, is the consideration of what do you connect with people on? How do you connect with people? Right, Ten of Swords. That tells me that something needed to change, with the Ten of Swords being in reverse. Six of Wands. That's that holding your own energy again with the Six of Wands. Anything else to follow in from that Six of Wands? We have the Four of Cups. And something about wanting more for yourself as well. Because the Four of Cups is that dissatisfaction, isn't it? And then the Six of Cups in reverse. It feels like not wanting to go back. Like when you finish with something in your life and you're like, I don't want to go back to that. I'm done with that. I don't want to go back to it. Two of Cups I wanted to have a quick look at. And I said that was about how you connect with people, what do you connect with? And it may not be people, it could be something else in life as well. Okay. I mean, Temperance for me can be about connection as well, but it would be more of a deep, meaningful connection than a shallow connection. The thought that comes to mind here is in your bonds, connections, friendships, relationships, are you allowed to shine? Or are you able to shine in them? Or do you feel like, can you take up space? Or does the other person take up all the space in the relationship? Is it, is it balanced? Is it fair? Are you seen for who you are? Can you grow? Can you expand? Because the world in reverse, the world upright, it's where you've successfully completed a cycle and now you can go into a new one. But it's also about expansion as well. And in reverse, it means next to the Queen of Wands, it's like, can you expand? Can you explore? Can you shine? Is there peace there? Is it balanced as well with Temperance? And as I say, it's not just with people. It can be in situations, in certain environments as well. So in work, obviously in community groups, creative groups even, friendship groups, those kind of things. Okay, let's move on. So it is giving a sense of expansion anyway, because as I say, we've got that Nine of Pentacles and Ten of Swords, and that this year, that's the what you can learn from the past. And even if you do find that there are people or groups or whatever that you find that there's a difference of opinion or something, it's not even necessarily depending on what it is that you disagree on that you have to completely cut them out, but you might just realize that, like, say if you had a bunch of friends and the subjects that they talk about, it feels restrictive to you, like they you just feel like, I need more than this, I need more stimulation than what they're talking about. Again, it's expansion in the sense of getting out of your comfort zone and meeting new people. And the thing is, when you meet new people, they can introduce you to new things, and then you can even go to the older friends that you've got and bring those subjects up, and they might find it interesting as well. Even if it's not their thing, they might still listen to you to see that you've got something you're excited about. Anyway, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. So we have the Three of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Cups. What else do we need to know after the Ace of Cups? Nine of Cups. I mean, that is very much about I was going to say self-pleasure then, but that comes out a little bit wrong. Self-satisfaction with the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So we've got the Magician. This is very much an energy of thriving. It feels like here, when you step out of your comfort zone and leave behind any old habits or anything, because the Ten of Swords, it's something ending, and it can be painful as well. And it may be uncomfortable stepping out of your comfort zone as well. But as I say, these energies are like an energy of thriving here. Maybe it's about learning, because it's what you learn from the past, learning what you need to thrive. And as I say, part of that could be who you collaborate with, who you cooperate with, who you engage with. If you're finding that you want more growth and more expansion, and you're just feeling a bit restricted where you are or where you were. Even if it was in the workplace, you might feel like you need to expand and explore. I was just going to say explore something new when you get the Page of Wands, but it is a very expansive kind of energy here. And it's like that's what's needed to leave you feeling more fulfilled. So let's put those on top of that, and let's look at the current energy, the High Priestess. I'd say, I mean, first of all, I keep on saying hold your own, don't I? Holding your own. That is holding your own. If you're tapped into your intuition and you're listening to it, you're definitely holding your own. And you could be discovering hidden parts of yourself, hidden depths of yourself as well. part of what's going on here is by listening to your intuition, and you might be carrying out spiritual practices as well with the High Priestess. I mean, for some people might consider manifestation techniques as tapping into spirituality, but that could be the gateway into greater prosperity, miracles, you know, that kind of thing. So High Priestess, why is she there? So we've got Temperance, God. And I mean, Temperance for me, you could, if you want to, you could, well, I could consider it a gateway, because it's like, I've said it's a connection. It can be a connection, can't it? So spiritual connection, which could be between two people, but connection between like the heavens and the earth. Sometimes it can be for me. So again, the gateway, and it's with the High Priestess, isn't it? If you believe in spirit guides, there could be something relevant there, or ancestors or anything like that. I mean, this card mentioned fairies, elves, that sort of thing as well. You've got that Nine of Pentacles there again, but let's see what follows on from it this time. Right, I like that. I like when the Nine of Pentacles and Four of Wands show up together, because it shows that there's a strong, well, there's a foundation, but also, let me see what else comes out. That's interesting. I like that. Five of Pentacles. I will have a look at that, actually. Let's have a look at the Five of Pentacles on its own. Okay. I think that's what you're kind of leaving behind. I don't think that's a big issue. Five of Cups. Ten of Cups, yeah. I think this Five of Pentacles, the Tower, the Five of Cups are what you're leaving behind. So any situations, relationships, whether they're platonic or romantic, that is where you've probably felt left out in the cold, and things have ended where you haven't been able to hold your own. It can be where you haven't put your needs first, where you haven't made your needs known, they haven't been met, you haven't been able to shine or show who you really are. As I say, it's like there's a foundation here. It's like tapping into having this, like going through this gateway, or having this gateway and tapping into yourself, your beliefs, your spirituality as well. It kind of gives you, I don't know if I want to say gives you your power back, or just gives you more power in general, because you've already got the Queen of Wands up there. But as I say, this is the foundation. It's like the Nine of Pentacles is the foundation that you have within yourself, as a person. Like, you know who you are, you know what you value, you know what you've achieved. And then the Four of Wands is where you're able to celebrate that with other people. So that is where you shine with other people, isn't it? Rather than being just undervalued, potentially, or just invisible, ignored, you know. Let's have a look at that Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles. Love it. Yeah, that is exactly what I was saying. It's having, you could be in the process of this if you haven't already sort of completed this. And I mean, it's probably not going to be a quick process anyway. The Hermit, I mean, that is soul searching, isn't it? Soul searching, knowledge seeking, truth seeking. And then the Queen of Pentacles is the values. I mean, I always say that the Nine of Pentacles is like a minor arcana version of the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress as well. So as I say, it's like building that foundation within yourself of who you are, what you believe in, you know, what you need, how you want to shine. And then, as I said, the Four of Wands, it looks like that's where you celebrate it with other people. You celebrate who you are and how far you've come with others as well. Wow, see, there's other people in that one as well, and that's where you shine. But everybody gets to shine with the sun being there. It's not just one person shines a lot more than others. It's like everybody's given, you know, like if it was a bunch of comedians going on stage to perform, everybody gets 30 minutes. You know, there's no one-upmanship or hierarchies. It's equal. So we'll leave that there. But as I say, the key part of that is tapping into your intuition, your spirituality even. You might want to meditate. To be frank, I've even been contemplating meditating recently, even though I don't like meditation that much. Well, I don't even know if it's I don't like it. I just can't, my brain can't switch off, so I don't really get anything from it. Either I fall asleep, get knocked out if I try to listen to something, or I can't stop thinking. There's no middle ground of peace for me. So, but it's tapping in, a sense of tapping in, right? So we have the Three of Wands and the Moon. I think for me, at this point in time now, after looking at these cards, it's almost like tapping into those hidden parts of yourself. Helps you to set your intentions, or helps you to set more authentic intentions as well. Because as I said, we've got the miracles card here, and I said it felt very magical, didn't it? There's still that magical kind of energy around it. So the Three of Wands and the Moon. So we have the Knight of, I mean, that's your truth, isn't it? The Knight of Swords. And it's where you have your truth and you want to express it as well. And with the Knight of Swords, obviously that can mean where you have a conversation with someone, you share something, you tell someone something, but it's also expressing your truth is in your intentions too. Your intentions hopefully are a part of your truth. I think that's another reason why at the beginning I was on that little rant about in terms of techniques for doing things like manifestation. It is important to have your own points of view on it and to be authentic with it. Don't just blindly follow these rules and techniques, because you might be following something that you don't even believe in. So yeah. Anything else? Ten of Swords. I might look at that Ten of Swords on its own just because it's in reverse. We've got the Sun. I mean, that's illumination, isn't it? It's and I think there's a sense of authenticity with that Sun card as well. You have the Four of Cups. This Four of Cups here, for me, that connects to that full moon Virgo. You are good enough, because you know that the energy of Virgo can be associated with, are they together again? I swear to God, the Queen and King of Swords keep on coming up together in readings constantly. Now it's getting a bit ridiculous. What was I going to say? Yeah, connects to Virgo, that perfectionism. I mean, I've already said here about setting, being more authentic in general and in terms of your intentions. But the point with the Four of Cups is it's almost like this one's a funny one, because I'm assuming, I can't tell who's made this, if it's the boy or child that's made the cups or the man. Whoever's made them, there's different options, and it's like none of them are good enough. That's how it feels in this reading, because for me the Four of Cups can have different meanings. It's like, have you been on like a quest for perfection as well? Is that an issue that's there as well in terms of yourself? It mentions the courage part of things. There's a little message here, like in terms of courage and confidence and things like that. Have you been trying to is there something where you're trying to make yourself perfect in something? It's like, oh well, I can't do that until I've perfected this, that and the other. And obviously there is something, like if it's a practical skill or something, yeah, that's fine. But in terms of who you are, there's no such thing as perfect, is there, for anyone? We just are who we are. We're human. But anyway, right, we've got the Queen of Swords, King of Swords, and the King of Cups. I mean, you've got four swords cards technically, but three people cards, three court cards that are swords. So it's very much about your beliefs and your truth again, and discovering that. I did mention uncovering hidden parts of yourself, hidden feelings, hidden beliefs, hidden knowledge. And again, that comes from tapping in with that gateway. So Ten of Swords, why is that there? Oh, I knew it was going to be the Moon. Okay. So you've got all of the Swords court cards now. So Page of Swords as well, and Three of Wands. Look, it's that manifestation thing again with the Page of Swords and the Three of Wands. I would say, okay, this is an interesting one. There is something very specific about manifestation with this card and the clarifiers that have come out. If you feel that you haven't been able to manifest what you want, and don't get me wrong, I'm not that big on manifestation techniques personally. Yeah, because as I've said before, I'll become fixated and then it just, yeah. And plus I disagree with some of the stuff in manifestation techniques, but obviously to each their own. But for someone here, there may be something very specific about manifestation, where if you feel that you haven't manifested what you want, or you've manifested it and it's ended, or something around that, there might be something important for you to discover here about that and the reasons behind it. And part of that could be about the truth behind your intentions. So that could be very important for someone here. But okay, I'll leave that overall. I think I've given enough information on that. So what you can learn in the present, because it was the Three of Wands and the Moon is the truth about your intentions, I suppose. Something to do with the truth and depths of your intentions, and if you are trying to manifest. And create, because creation, manifestation, it's just similar, isn't it, really? So we have the Emperor, which is the future and your power back. Holding your own. I mean, that's in the tarot, that would be the biggest way that you could hold your own. That's the biggest card of having. I don't know why I feel like saying the Emperor would have the biggest balls. I don't mean that literally, you know, metaphorically, would have the biggest balls in the tarot and really holds their own. But anyway, let's continue. So what do we need to know about that? Let's see what we've got. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Swords. Anything else? The Empress, I like that. I like that she's out. And then the Six of Wands, that's good because that shows the great potential for success. Again, it's taking control, isn't it? Let me just have a look at why that Nine of Swords is there. Five of Swords, okay. The Lovers. Okay, so as a human being, even if you are the Emperor, you are not immune to feeling anxiety or worry, even as a human being. But with that kind of energy, it's like you might feel it, but you can overcome it probably more easily than most. If you start to get in any feelings of doubt, insecurity, concerns that you won't get what you want with the Lovers and the Queen of Wands. But as I say, it's like you in that Emperor energy, you've just got the power to work, put in the work, the effort. You get to choose. You have sovereignty over what dreams you want to pursue, what you want to create. And you can be successful with it as well. But it's all your choice as the Emperor. And you can choose to overcome the anxiety as well. I know that sounds easier said than done, but as I say, in that kind of energy, it's having the resilience to be able to overcome it. It's not that you won't experience it at all, but having some degree of resilience where you can get past the anxieties and push through. Even if you feel the anxiety, you still push through, if that makes sense. So that looks like a future energy for you where if you're already in the process of holding your own, it's just a greater sense of holding your own, to be honest, like leveling up to the maximum level up that you can get to. Right, Two of Cups. So what you can learn from this, not that. So Two of Cups is what you can learn. Sorry, it's advice, actually. It's advice going forward. Right, we've got the Fool there. Okay, the Lovers. No, that's half the deck gone. Okay, just bear with me a minute. Might have to pause the video to grab all of those because they're under a chair. Just bear with me. Okay, that was very much a near miss for a paper cut, that was. Let's see what else comes out for the Two of Cups. I feel like I've lost a card there. I had one there, didn't I? Okay, I can't remember, to be honest now. It kind of feels like sharing this version of yourself, as in the advice going forward. Share this version of yourself and what you've learned as well, and the Hierophant comes out. You got the Ten of Pentacles. Because yeah, that's almost, with that Ten of Pentacles, that can be a legacy vibe, can't it? It can very much be a legacy vibe. So you've got the Page of Cups there, Three of Wands. So I would say, as I say, share this version of yourself as the advice with others, as a way of connecting with others as well, with that Two of Cups. There's a legacy vibe here with this. So whatever you're trying to succeed at, I mean, it's a positive thing having the Ten of Pentacles there. I mean, firstly, would say take a risk on what you love and use what you've learned to pursue whatever it is that you want long term and feel you want your legacy to be. Others can learn from you, like people who are inexperienced could learn from you with that Page of Cups there. You may even have kids that they could learn. I mean, obviously your kids learn from you anyway, but I'm just thinking if someone's got children and there's just something, there could be something very inspirational in the future for you with your kids or child if you've got one child. Let's have a look at the Three of Wands. I mean, again, it is intentions. You might have something very valuable to teach your children or a child or someone about intentions, about setting intentions, even manifestation techniques. To be honest, somebody might be going out and teaching, like you might use your experience to go and assist other people with your manifestation techniques. And again, as I said, it's important we have our own opinions on the things, but as I say, we can listen to others and how would I put it, mold their experiences in our own lives into what we need as well. And the Hierophant is a teacher too, aren't they? So what did I want to look at? Oh, just the Three of Wands. And then I'll get some final advice for you. So we've got... Which way does that need to go? I think that needs to be upright, actually. I'm going to get one more because I'm not sure about that. The Hermit and the Death card. Okay, I think I kind of get it, to be honest. I don't even know if I can verbalize it, but I do get it. Yeah. I mean, it goes back to that whole thing about discovering hidden parts of yourself with the Hermit again, that truth seeking, knowledge seeking, to set your intentions, to change things, to choose your path. And again, as I say, you might be able to, the stars there as well, isn't it? And that is connected to manifestation. You might be able to teach people something about this, even if it's teaching as in like you just tell a few friends about what you did or what you experienced and they learn from it, or you could literally be sharing it on a platform or with people. But it's a way for you to connect with people. You can connect with people through your power, I suppose, is one way you might want to put it. So this very well could be a gateway in the sense of what you learn, the hidden depths of yourself, and whatever you learn about manifestation or how you manifest. It could be a gateway for you to create a new dream, connect with other people. Yeah, there's a lot of potential there. So I am going to get you a final card of advice from the postcards from Spirit deck. So just got to give that a shuffle if I can. I've lost the ability to shuffle now for some strange reason. Right, final advice for the fire signs who got the general reading, please. You have 2. I'm pretty sure this is a card of manifestation, actually, in a way. The first one that's out, and then I'm not sure about the second one. I think that's kind of similar, as there's a connection to manifestation to that as well. But anyway, it says, what does it say? If I can get it aligned, and that's to do with manifestation as well, isn't it? Anyway, dearest you, we are gathering our magic, that word again, magic, together to help you. And magic, I have to say, manifestation and magic are closely connected as well. The terms are connected and the theories are connected. But anyway, we are gathering together our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. You're stepping into a new version of your life. That would be the gateway. Getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand, that was mentioned as well, wells up inside you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering any kind of new relationship. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, Spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing. We are so excited to see where this will take you next. We're so proud of you. It feels like that, I mean, it could be happening now, but that new level of awakening and contributing, that's the Emperor, that level up with the Emperor energy, and the contribution, it's how you share that. Right, so this one says, dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals and that you've had disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune in to the vibration of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality. But we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, not in arriving at any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? So what stood out for me there was your happiest moments will be in the journey itself. So that may be something that you learn to do with what you consider to be manifestation about the journey itself. That might be a very relevant phrase there for anyone who's watching. I mean, is the journey the gateway? Yeah, you decide that. But anyway, I'll leave your message there. So feel free to like, share, comment on the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. But thank you very much for watching. Take care. So welcome back again, group 2. Those of you who chose deck 2, let's see what you have. You have the relationship reading. I had a feeling it would be the relationship reading, although with only 3 choices and one of them's already gone. Right, anyway. So just wanted to say before we begin, thank you to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the video and subscribes to the channel. If you would like a personal reading, see the info in the description box. But we are going to get on with your reading now. So relationship reading. As I said in the initial intro, the relationship stuff, yes, it can be romantic, but I am also extending it out to any relationship in your life, any interactions with anyone in your life, from your neighbor, the postman, acquaintances, you know, work colleagues, families, friends, whoever. It's whatever's important, what you need to know. So we're going to start off with some oracle card messages first and foremost. So we're starting off with a message from the Whispers of Love deck. Then we will get some for you from the Power of Love. So for fire signs, anyone whose sun, moon or rising sign is Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, what do we need to know? And as I said with the other, as I keep on repeating, feel free to watch the messages for earth, air or water if your sun, moon or rising sign is one of those as well. So what do we need to know for the fire signs who chose number 2, the relationship reading? If anything wants to come out at all, anytime today. Yeah, you know what? That was on the bottom of the deck when I first got the deck out, and I had a strange feeling that would come out. I love you. These are powerful words. Beautiful card. Right, anything else? You also, right, you've got 2 more. You also have, right, consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. And spend quality time together, listen and talk to each other. So obviously, well not obviously, but if you've seen any of my other videos, I think one of the first things I will say is self-love first and foremost. I mean, it already says your foundation. How committed are you to yourself and loving yourself? Spend quality time together, listen and talk to each other. The first thing I would say again, it's the relationship with yourself first before anybody else. How is that? How solid is that? How good is that? You know, what's the foundation of that? So spend time and quality time together. Do you spend quality time together with yourself? Do you listen to yourself? Do you talk to yourself? For some, it may be literal. I talk to myself. I do voice journal sometimes as well. But, you know, self-talk in your mind, you know, as a starting point. Again, what's your relationship with yourself first? And then we'll see what other messages come out and see how they connect with others. So let's get the Power of Love messages for you. So I do have thoughts, but I just want to kind of reserve my judgments before I comment on anything to do with external relationships for you. So any further messages for fire signs? We have unity. Okay, that does make sense with what I was thinking. You understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. So I might as well say it now, since the unity card has come out, that there might be a romantic relationship with someone here. It might be a turning point. There might be a turning point in a romantic relationship with the I love you stuff, consider your foundation, spend quality time. That can be the time, and unity, that can be the time, you know, like where people first say I love you, or you establish that you are in a relationship, like you actually label the relationship. That's one thing that comes to mind, but let's see where the cards take us. So any other messages? Right, you also have, just bear with me. You also have cause and effect. You are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. So that's why I always say, like, your relationship with yourself first, because that, you know, that has an effect on how you interact with others as well, doesn't it? And release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. So I'll keep my eye on that release card and see what energies come up in relation to that release energy. I don't want to make assumptions about it. I want to see what the cards say first. So what do we need to know about this from the tarot? Am I actually using the right deck? Yes, I believe so. I've got so many decks around me at the minute. I'm not going to lie, it does get confusing when you've got this many decks around you. So let's see what the overall energy is for this relationship reading for fire signs. And I did say it's timeless. Wow, look, lovers. Unity, that's a hand fasting ceremony. Somebody may even be considering if you want to marry the person. Like, you know, when you spend quality time, if you start to spend quality time with somebody and you assess how comfortable you feel with them, you know, if you get each other's jokes, and it's not to say you have to agree with each other, you know, is there a balance in the duties that you have? Like if you're living together or starting to live together, is there a balance between what you do? Are you comfortable living with each other? Are there things that piss you off about each other? It's considering that, I mean, that would be considering your foundation. I mean, I've said in all the videos, or a lot of the videos as well, about friendship. I feel that friendship is like a foundation for if you want a long-term relationship, if that's your choice. Friendship should be a foundation. The friendship is in genuine love and support. But yeah, let's continue. So let's look at the past energies. That was pretty aggressive. So you've got the Ace of Wands and the Six of Swords. That is an unusual combination. I mean, I can see the start of a new chapter there. I can even see passion potentially, but the Six of Swords, I'm not sure, to be honest. We'll see what happens when other cards come out. So let's get another card for the past energy. What else do you need to know from that? We've got the Two of Swords. I think one question that can come to mind here with the Ace of Wands and the Six of Swords is, say if you meet someone and there's an initial attraction and passion there, you might have been at that point considering, I guess the only way I could put is this I suppose one way is saying what's the potential of it, but it's deeper than that, to be honest, and I'm not quite sure how to. I guess one way of looking at it is, say if you're someone who you've had lots of passionate relationships before, you've been through that experience, but the passion was there, but there was no longevity to it, and it's like, well, but now I'm ready for something longer term. It's assessing if you can get that, and I don't know how that fits in with the Six of Swords, but that's just what's coming to mind. Right, so let's go to the present current energy. I mean, maybe your past relationships were full of passion, but there was no commitment, first of all, the Knight of Pentacles, but peace. There was no peace. Plenty of passion, but no peace. You know, sometimes when people have really dramatic, passionate but dramatic back and forth, together, not together, you know, that kind of thing, or just all sorts of other dramas. And then the Knight of Pentacles, it's slow and steady wins the race, isn't it? It's commitment. So anything else? Slow and steady wins the race. I mean, the Nine of Cups is when you're satisfied, isn't it? and it's enjoying the experience in the present as well. It's putting the, it's very much, I mean, it is the current energy, but it's enjoying the present. It's taking the necessary steps and putting in the effort in the present, not trying to rush into anything, and enjoying the process as well, with that Nine of Cups being there. So I think one of the things I will say with this release energy being here, I mean, first of all, if you've had experiences in the past where you've had a lot of passion but no peace, it's releasing that version. I want to say that version of yourself that absolutely loved the chaos. If there was a part of you that was attracted to chaos, it's releasing that, if that's what you want. And also, if you're someone that has been very impatient with relationships in the past, kind of wanting to rush ahead, and like after 1 week deciding whether or not you can marry them, it's kind of slowing down a bit on that and releasing the need to rush through things, taking your time with it. Let's see what comes out as a potential future energy. Right, let's see. I'm going to take these up. You have Death, you have the Eight of Swords. Okay. Yeah, I'm intrigued by that as well now, but let's see what the final bit of advice is. You've got the Four of Wands. I mean, again, that's the energy of, I mean, you've got another hand fasting ceremony there actually, but this is advice. It's taking the time to build a solid foundation, isn't it? By the time you've gotten to the Four of Wands, you've put in the work, you've put in the effort, and you can celebrate that you've achieved that, but you took your time to get there, you didn't rush. So this Death and Eight of Swords energy, it might be that in the future, okay, you know what, I'm not gonna try and say anything yet. I don't know, okay, I'll say, I wonder if impatience does come up in the future, and it's a sign that when you start to get impatient, you start to get anxious, or people start to get anxious, and then it puts a spanner in the works with things, and it's just a reminder that has to change. But yeah, let's clarify and see what happens here. So where can I put this deck that I'm not going to get it confused with any other deck now? Because as I say, I've got a million decks around me for this. So let's start to clarify. Let's do that Lovers card first of all. Right, so Lovers. I mean, obviously, I'm going to say for some, I think I already said it at the beginning, you might be in the phase where I'd say if you're with someone, you are probably past the stage of just meeting. I'd say for those who are in a relationship watching this, and as you know, not all readings will resonate, this would be where you're taking it kind of to the next level, is what it feels like here. For those of you who are attached watching this, it's where you take it to the next level. Even if all that means is that you establish that you're dating exclusively, that is the next level, isn't it? From just seeing each other once a week or whatever. But let's see. So the Lovers. That song, that song by Usher and is it Little John, is playing in my head, Lovers and Friends. So for someone here, somebody could actually be going from friends to lovers. That is an odd little message that's coming. But yeah, somebody here could be going from friends to lovers. Like if somebody's harboured a crush, or friends have harboured a crush on each other, that could be someone's story, to be honest. Right. Hanged Man, first of all. I think that could be the Considering Your Foundation card. I'm also getting a message if somebody is, somebody might be contemplating saying I love you for the first time, and wondering if it's the right time, if the other person feels the same way as well. Although you can't, if you wait on that, then sometimes obviously it's your decision if you feel it's right to say I love you to someone, but we can't sort of wait on other people for guarantees to do things, can we? Sometimes it can be difficult to assess if it's right. Sorry, I'm not going to take that. That was a bunch of cards that just kind of fell out. So Hanged Man, as I say, concentrate. That does feel like considering the foundation. Yep, Seven of Cups is there, which is like a minor arcana version of the Hanged Man to a certain degree, looking at the perspectives. And the Seven of Cups as well asks which dream is worth pursuing. Is the dream I want to choose the dream worth pursuing? Again, if you're with someone, you're considering the foundation of the relationship. If you want to say I love you, even if it's considering how, if you want to commit to another level of just saying we are dating exclusively, it's considering, does this feel right? Oh God, I don't know if I want to take that. I think I will. Right, we've got the Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. Let's have a look at... Yeah, I've said this, that the Four of Pentacles can be someone holding things close to their chest. I mean, you've already got the Hanged Man who's clearly keeping shit to himself. He's figuring things out in his own head, isn't he? So naturally that would come with keeping things close to your chest. Let me clarify that Four of Pentacles. I do have thoughts on all of these cards, but I don't want to make assumptions with anything, right? I mean, naturally, you've got the Five of Cups there and the Empress. Naturally, if you are considering things like, is it worth taking to the next level? Do I want to say I love you? You are going to naturally wonder, if I say this, am I going to get my feelings hurt, or can this grow? The Empress is growth, the Five of Cups is disappointment. You'll be considering, if I open up, which one of these will happen. Might be considering if it has the potential to grow as well, because again, the Four of Pentacles, it is a foundation. It is a foundation, but there is a bit of fear with this. And the Nine of Pentacles, that's your own foundation, isn't it, really? But let's see what that says as well. Nine of Wands. Two of Pentacles. Hierophant. So I will say, as I often say with the Hierophant, and not always, but sometimes with the Two of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, that's where you've learned from your past experiences and just maturity, the growth as well. Your own foundation, your own sense of security, your own sense of self-worth. With that Nine of Pentacles, knowing what you deserve. That's just about, that feels like it's very much individually. I mean, these cards are all pretty individual. I know this is the Lovers, but this is more, I'd say, what your thought process is at the moment. But you've got your own foundation here, and I would say you probably don't want any disruption to that. Let's have a look at the Ten of Swords. Yeah, you don't want things to end. You want it to work. You want things to work. I think this is almost, with this Nine of Pentacles as well, it's almost like you know what you bring to the table as well. You know what you bring to the table, and you know what you deserve as well. But you would like things to work out if possible. But there is a bit of worry here about going to how it's going to go if you say a certain thing, or if it will go to the next level, if it has the potential to. I mean, you can feel the connection for sure with the Lovers there, but practically, how far can things go, or how far will things go? And I did mention the potential for a little bit of anxiety in the future, though. More so in the present, it looks cool, but in the future. I mean, as I say, the bit of anxiety about, like, if you said I love you to someone, there is naturally going to be a little bit of worry there. And I mean, it might bring a memory of, you might be thinking to yourself, oh God, well, the last time I said I love you to someone, they rejected me or something, you know. So that would bring back that kind of memory to you, even if you're not like in a deep state of fear. Just that little memory can come up. Right, so Ace of Wands, Six of Swords, that's the past energy. As I said, that's where there may have been passion there. Right, you've got the Ten of Wands. Two of Swords is double there. Ten of Cups. You know what, I actually feel that... Okay, let me get the rest of the cards out, and then I'll say what I need to say. Okay, yeah. Right, so one side of this that I'm getting is, again, if you've had experiences before romantically that were very chaotic and they were full of drama, they might have been full of passion, but they probably were full of drama, potentially full of drama too. The Six of Swords is leaving all of that behind. I think I already said that it was a burden. It would have been probably confusing as well, where you were in two minds, where it's like, it's that devil energy, isn't it? Where it's that temptation and it feels good, but it's wrong and it feels wrong at the same time. However, if you've left that behind, it's like you still have that spark that you haven't let those experiences make you bitter. It's like, yep, been through that, but now I want to go for something even better than that. You still want to be happy. It's like, you know how, because the King of Cups has deep, deep, deep emotions, doesn't he? He's capable of having very deep emotions. And it's like, I know what I'm capable of feeling. I know what I have to offer. I know what my truth is, and I'm still ready to go out and get that. I haven't given up on love, that kind of feeling. I mean, I did say it could it be with the newer type person that you feel the passion? Yeah, it could be. I mean, it could still be that these cards are more representative. Like, say the Ten of Wands and the Two of Swords are more representative of the Six of Swords and what you've left behind. And then that Ace of Wands is more what you're going towards now. Let's have a look at that Two of Swords. That's what you can learn from that. I mean, as I say, I think I've already said what you can learn from that. It's where you haven't let it make you bitter, to be honest. And I mean, one thing I would say you've learned as well, Two of Swords just alone from that past experience, is not to participate in situations that are really uncertain and indecisive if you're looking for something stable, because that just brings you anxiety, doesn't it? So Two of Swords. Yep, I will take them. We have the Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, Four of Swords. Yep, love it. Love that. Yep, same thing as I was saying. So it's basically with the Queen of Wands, as I say, yeah, it's learning to leave the sort of chaos. I know it's not literally chaos in the Two of Swords, but it is a kind of indecisive energy where you don't know what the hell is going on. You don't know whether you're coming or going. And then the Queen of Swords, was I saying? I mean, Queen of Wands. That's like knowing your worth, isn't it? It's being willing to put yourself out there and knowing your worth. It's Ace of Swords is knowing what you want. The Four of Swords, I mean, for one thing, whatever you get, you want it to be, I could say peaceful, which for some people that will resonate, but harmonious as well. I know some people have described that when they found the right partner, I'm talking about people that have been married for like a decade or so now, they said that the past experiences, they were just constantly in a state of anxiety. But with the new partner, there's passion and everything there and love there, but it just feels like peace. It feels like home. And that's what I get from that Four of Swords. The Two of Cups, it's reciprocity, isn't it? Whatever you go towards in the future, you want it to be reciprocal, none of that confusing back and forth, and is one person giving more than the other, that sort of energy. That's what you're moving towards. And then King of Pentacles, it's a stable, committed partner who is honorable and who will build with you if that's what you're seeking as well. So that's what you've learned from that, to go from chaos to peace, basically. So Knight of Pentacles in the present, as I said, it's taking the steps, it's putting the effort in, it's commitment, and it feels like it feels mutual. It does feel mutual because we've got the Lovers here, we've got the Four of Wands, the Two of Cups has come up a couple of times. It feels mutual. I mean, if you have a different experience, maybe this isn't the right reading for you. For this particular reading, yeah, it feels mutual, like there's mutual energy going in. But let's see, let's look at the Knight of Pentacles. Right, so we've got the Temperance card. So I don't know if the World should have gone first, but I'll put it in the middle. So, I mean, you have got two cards of balance here. The Temperance card, that's like the emotional and spiritual balance of things. The Two of Pentacles, it's the physical balance. It's doing what you need to do to and again, I said it's equal. It feels I think, did I say it feels equal or balanced or mutual? It feels mutual. I mean, he's juggling, but you know, in some of the cards, it can be one hand is up in the air, one is down low. These are very near enough together, like not exactly, but they're close together. So that's what makes me think it's mutual and balanced at this point in time. Okay, the World probably does belong there, because if I said that it looks like somebody's taking things to the next level, then the world would be the next level, wouldn't it? So it's like you're taking all the right steps for it to go to the next level. I will look at that Three of Wands on its own. I often speak of it being intentions, but it could look, that could represent that in your mind it just looks like your ships are coming in, that you're finally getting what you want or what you deserve. Right, you've got the Ace of Pentacles with the... I like that energy together. That's making me feel quite warm, emotionally warm. So Queen of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I can't tell which was which, whether it was the Queen of Cups first or the Ace of Pentacles, but it feels to me like it's a practical, physical opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles. It's very stable, and as I said, it's like going into a new cycle. I know some people can say, I've heard some people say that the Ace of Pentacles can be like it can be an offer of commitment, can't it? So whether that means marriage, of that you're labeling the relationship that you're moving in together, but there's emotion behind it as well. There's a lot of emotion behind it as well, so it's like an emotional offer too, even though the Ace of Cups isn't there. Let's look at that Three of Wands for you. It literally feels like with the Emperor and the Three of Wands that you're involved in a situation where you're making good on your intentions. And as I said, it does feel mutual. Let's see what else comes out with that. It's the Nine of Cups wanting to come out. Let's get one more. So you're satisfied, and then you've got the Three of Cups because there's genuine love and support. Did I mention at the beginning about friendship and genuine love and support as a foundation? So it's like making good an intention. So, you know, like if you dated someone and from the beginning they stated what they wanted long term and how they treat you, and when you're in that stage, it's like, okay, in your mind, even if you don't say it to them literally, it's like, right, prove it to me in your mind. And it's like, this is where they're proving it. Basically, they are literally proving it. Let's look at that Queen of Cups quickly. Oh, there it is, the Ace of Cups. There's the Ace of Cups. It's having that full cup to offer. The full cup of emotions. It's an emotional commitment. It's a new beginning emotionally again. So again, taking it to the next level, leveling up emotionally. You've got the King of Wands there again. It's living up to those intentions, because the King of Wands, he takes action, doesn't he? Whatever, if he says he's going to do something, he does it. Nice. It's a very nice energy. I really like this. Whoever this is for, congratulations. Well, so far. Let's see what happens. Right, so let's put these on the Knight of Pentacles and see what you can learn from them. I mean, so all I would say is enjoy it, to be frank, with that Nine of Cups there, which it seems like, well, that's advice. What you can learn in the present is enjoy this phase of things. Don't worry too much about the future. Enjoy the present. Enjoy what you have now. But let's get a couple. I don't know if I'm going to get many for this. Let's just see. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Devil. You have the Ace of Wands. You know what? I am gonna... Okay, yeah, we'll get a couple more. If there's a lot of passion in your relationship, I'm getting the message that someone might be worried about the passion fizzling out. Especially if you're used to chaos. Yeah, somebody's worried about the passion fizzling out, or might end up with that, and it's a warning not to do that. If you've been in relationships before where passion sort of chaos equates to passion, and then when you've been with anybody that's nice, it's just been boring, you might kind of need to change the way you think around that. I mean, it's not to say fake it if you like with a person who's really nice and sweet and you're forcing yourself to like them, because that's just inauthentic. But if you have any worries about the passion fizzling out and things changing in that sense, yeah, try to release that and focus on enjoying what you have in the present. Like, continue to work on it, take the steps, put the time and effort and energy in, but enjoy. Just enjoy. That's the key here. So let's look at the Death card with the Eight of Swords in the future, or potential future, should I say. Nothing. Okay, I'm glad those have come out. So page of, so yeah, it's that. I'm surprised. Has temperance? I think temperance has already come out somewhere. Yeah, temperance is there right in front of us. It almost feels like these should have been temperance. I said it. It's that energy of being trying to learn not to be in a rush. Possibly like slow and steady wins the race again. Having the discipline to sort of ride it out, and yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean, whenever, I mean, if the Eight of Wands is in reverse and we're talking about timing and pace, it's definitely a warning not to rush things. And the Empress being here, I love that, because it's like this can be very abundant. However, as you know, the Empress is often pregnant. She's probably not pregnant in this one, but 9 months pregnancy, it's a long time. It's not saying that your relationship is going to be 9 months long or anything like that. It's just saying from conception to birth, you have to be patient. I know, I've been through it myself. And actually, I enjoyed well, I've enjoyed everything from conception to the whole process of having a child and watching the child grow up and everything. But yeah, I think I was pretty, considering how impatient I can be in life in general, I was pretty patient when I was expecting my son. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the pregnancy. I actually missed it. And I missed the pregnancy once it was over. Like, I was glad to have the baby, but I did miss the pregnancy. But I appreciated it. Like, I appreciated the growth. I was one of those weirdos that, I say endearingly, that I looked into the, you know, like you can have fruits that compare to the size of the baby. I looked into stuff like that and the different phases of development, and I just enjoyed each little step. I think I probably only started to get impatient in the last, like, maybe the last week or something. So yeah, but yeah, again, it's a warning to sort of, it's a heads up. It's not a prediction of anything bad, I would say. If it is a prediction, it's more of a projection of the potential worry where you start to feel stuck if things aren't moving fast enough. But overall, I think it's more of just a heads up that don't get tied up in needing things to move quicker. You know, slow and steady wins the race. And if you do start to feel impatient, maybe talk to your partner about it. Don't sort of bottle it up. And then, because that can breed resentment, can't it? Talk to them. Like, I'm not saying tell them, right, we need to make things work quicker. Just sort of express how you're feeling and why. You know, if you're feeling impatient, why are you feeling impatient? I don't have the answer for that. That's your individual answer to come up with. Let's have a quick look at that Page of Swords, and then I will move on to the final bit of advice. I think that would be, again, I mean, it is learning to sort of not rush things, but again, as I said, talk to your partner. Don't, because the Page of Swords can be immature communication as well. And one part of immature communication that I haven't even considered myself until this very moment is where you don't express yourself fully. Stuff like silent treatment, or where your partner can sense something's wrong and you say, no, I'm fine. But really inside you want to let something out or have it out with them or something, or say what's on your mind. It's being open and clear about that, saying what's on your mind. So I'll leave that there. We're going to have a look at the final bit of advice, which is the Four of Wands. Again, for me, that slow and steady wins the race. Build a solid foundation. Don't focus on rushing. Enjoy what you're doing now and keep going with it. So Four of Wands is the final advice for fire signs. So you've got the relationship reading, King of Swords, the Justice card. I mean, justice can be about commitment as well. The Tower, do we want the Tower? No, okay. Might come back out, to be honest, but I mean, I would say with that Tower coming out, and you know what, the Eight of Swords is back again. I think that Tower was again a warning not to push things, because then you'll ruin the foundation. If you start to get impatient and the relationship starts to get poisoned by any resentments or not communication with the King of Swords and not communicating properly, as I said, then it will poison the foundation and weaken it. Let's get, oh, where is it? It's gone under the chair, I think. Just bear with me. You've got the Page of Wands. I feel that is about still continue to explore. It's not about immaturity, but it's still keeping an open mind, in the sense of it's a journey. Any relationship, it's a journey of exploration, isn't it? The exploration, hopefully, it should never end, and that's how a lot of people say. or I've heard people say that they kind of keep the relationship going, is that they're committed to learning about each other, about how they relate to each other. You know, they just keep that beginner mindset. Like they learn and grow within it, but they continue to learn as they go as well. Let's get one more. The Eight of Swords again. I mean, I will clarify it on its own, but I feel like that's worrying that things aren't moving fast enough. Again, beware of that. Right, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, because again, it's that long-term, committed, stable foundation. I'm assuming that's what you want since it keeps on coming up so much. But it's learning to build that. Like, you don't just automatically have the knowledge of how to have a stable foundation, because everybody's individual, aren't they? And everybody interacts differently. So it's learning as you go to maintain and create that. So let's look at the Eight of Swords just quickly. We have the, yeah, it's the wanting to rush, isn't it, with the Fool? Yeah, wanting to rush in and jump in versus kind of taking your time. It's like, whether you take it slow or even taking it slow, it the love is still there. Moving slowly doesn't mean that someone, I mean, obviously it depends on the conversations you've had, and if you know, if you talk about how they feel about you. If somebody said they love you, taking it slowly doesn't mean that the feelings have gone. It's just, you know, and obviously you have to compromise, because some people, everybody has their own pace, don't they? So if your pace is very, very different, there's going to have to be a compromise there of how quickly you do things. Otherwise somebody's going to get really frustrated, aren't they, if you're having to follow one person's way. There's got to be compromise there. But yeah, the Fool, they're kind of rushing head first, feet first, head first, everything first. They just throw themselves over the cliff straight in, and then, as I say, there are other people that take their time to do things, and that's where the more solid, that are committed, and that's where the more solid foundation comes in. But as I say, compromise. If you really feel like it's mega, mega, mega slow, don't hold it in. Communicate to get what's fair and right for both of you. Don't let it. So we'll leave that there, and we'll get your final message of guidance from the Unicorns deck. I think this is one of the love readings that I've enjoyed the most out of every love reading. I think there's only one other love reading that I like as much as this that I've done, called something like You Need a Visionary to Get You Quirkiness, but that was more about a single person, so it wasn't really that much of a romantic reading, relationship reading. But this one, I think it's the most pleasant relationship where people are actually together reading I've done. So again, whoever this is for, whoever it resonates with, congratulations. Yeah, so let's get some messages from the Unicorns. So messages for fire signs who got number 2, deck 2, the relationship reading. If the cards actually want to come out. Right, balance, 100% balance. Take time to relax, indulge a little more or less, set boundaries with your work. So for me, it's just about the balance again between putting in the work. Is the relationship balance, which it looks like it, emotional balance, physical balance. Again, that timing thing, if you need to compromise on that, about how quickly things are moving, if there's a bit of worry around it. Any other messages? Dance, I like that. Move your body to music, dance with the rhythm of life, manifest your dreams through dance. I feel that this is very much about that energy of enjoying what you've got in the present. It feels like it's the energy of enjoyment. I mean, because why do people dance? Hopefully to enjoy themselves, and that's what it feels like. Enjoy the moment. Anything else? Anything else? So what have you got? Right, I like these as well. You've got action. Now is the time to act, perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. And I'd say, yeah, move forward with confidence. I mean, as long as you you feel like you're with someone who is being authentic and their actions and words are matching. I mean, you can only know that if you're in the situation, can't you? What else was I going to say with the action card? Continue to do what you do. You know, that Knight of Pentacles energy, that slow and steady wins the race energy. And something else was coming up with this and I've forgotten what it is. Oh, the action. It could be speaking of the action of taking it to the next level as well. If you really both feel like it's time, then yeah, the action to take it to the next level. And then you get celebration. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success, enjoy your achievement. So again, slow and steady wins the race. But I think I'm gonna refer back to something, and I can't even remember the exact words now. I did the video on, for anyone seeking a spiritual connection, a few months ago when I was a bridesmaid at my cousin's wedding. It's probably more than a few months now. And the master of ceremonies, I can't remember exactly what you'd call them. If it's not a priest or a vicar. I don't know what you'd call him. What he refers to himself as, and I can't remember. But one of the things he said a few things about a successful marriage or relationship. And one of the things is to, I'm not going to remember all of these, but I know one of the things he said was to celebrate your love, and not to celebrate it in just one marriage ceremony, but to continually have things to celebrate about your milestones in your relationship, about the success of your relationship and how you overcome your challenges, the joy that you share with each other, all of that sort of stuff. And appreciate as well. And I've said appreciate quite a few times about enjoying. I think I said enjoy and appreciate your partner. So I think he might have said that as well, actually. He might have said enjoy your love, celebrate your love, and appreciate your love. Something along those lines. I should put it on a little reminder card because it was quite nice what he said. But anyway, I'll leave your message there. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. And other than that, thank you for watching. Take care. So welcome back again to those of you who chose deck number 3. This deck here, let's see what you have. You have the work reading. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the videos, subscribes to the channel. If you would like a personal reading, see the info in the description box. So the messages are for, again, I'll repeat, anyone whose sun, moon or rising sign is a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And I just had a brain fart then of not remembering what I wanted to say. Oh, you're welcome to also watch the other elements if your sun, moon or rising sign is an earth sign, air sign or water sign as well. I feel like there's something else I wanted to say. Right, for work reading. So obviously job and career is the first thing that we think of, but I'm also extending this out to anything that you're focused on or giving your time and energy and effort to. So it could be projects, creativity, learning something, business plans, your life purpose or spiritual path, your achievements and your resources as well. I think that's all I need to say about that. So let's get into it. We're going to start off with some messages for you from the Life Purpose deck. So we'll get a couple of messages out of that for you. So from the Life Purpose deck, what are the messages for the fire signs? Messages for the fire signs. Right, you've got one. Let's get about 2 more. Yep. And 1 more. One more message for fire signs, please. Anytime today. There we go. That's interesting because fire can be considered to be creative, can't it? So you've got engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career and every other area of your life. You also have builder. I can see it went blurry then. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. I wonder if there are any architects watching or sculptors because of the art and the connection between building. God, this is really artsy, isn't it? Okay, bodywork. Your life purpose involves bodywork such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy or exercise training. Why did I immediately think tattoo artist? I think it's because I saw the tattoo. To be honest, is there a card in here for tattoo artist? I don't think there is, but every time I see this bodywork card, it makes me think of a tattoo artist. And So for someone, you might want to be pursuing a career in tattoo artistry. I mean, it does refer specifically to massage, energy healing, physical therapy, that sort of thing as well. But the art stuff, in fact, I'm going to have to put this here. Otherwise, I'm going to keep forgetting that body work is to do more with physical therapies than art. Let's get you some messages from the Angels and Ancestors deck as well. So any other messages for fire signs? You have the work reading. So we've got the Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. You also have Hermit, retreat and recharge. Let's just get one more. And you have Protection Guardian, drop your shields. I don't know if somebody's needed a little bit of a break because they've been burnt out. Possibly that comes to mind as just like an initial message, or taking a break to, what would the right word be for this? Not amend, but, well, amend is the only word I can think of. Like whatever you've been working on, you might be thinking, right, I need to take a break. I need to take a little bit of a time out and figure out how to sort of rework this or rejig this. So whether it is an actual literal artistic or creative project, whether it's that you're feeling like maybe you need a bit of time out to learn something new. Okay, let's get the tarot cards out for you and see what comes up with that. So what do we need to know is the main overall energy for this? What's the overall energy for this? Queen of Wands, she's been making a lot of appearances in these readings. She's here again. I think has she been in all of your readings? I'm pretty sure she was in the last one as the main theme, and I'm wondering if she was in the first one I did as well. But let's see. Let's have a look at the past energies around this. Seven of Cups. That really feels like considering all of your options in different ways as well. So like, say if you were starting a creative project, it could be from deciding what to create your artwork about or on, like the subject, what tools you want to use. If it's like work related and you're trying to make money from it, it's how to do that. And the Tower there, I mean, this is actually advice, what you can learn from the past. It almost feels like it's about avoiding a disaster, getting it right to avoid a disaster. But let's have a look at the other cards. So in the current, present energies, what do we have? And remember how I spoke of burnout? This Queen of Wands, if you've seen any other videos, you might know what happened with this, why it's ended up like that. But there's a story in the community page. I did say burnout at the beginning, didn't I? Yeah, this Queen of Wands, she ended up like this at a time in my life when I was, it was difficult. Put it that way, it was difficult. And she got lost, and then I found her when I was back to full strength, put it that way, or building my strength back up. So yeah, fascinating. And I am actually a Leo moon and rising. So the fact that it's the Queen of Wands who is a Leo, yeah, really interesting. Right, we've got the King of Pentacles. What else do we need to know about him or her? Well, it's a him in the card, but in terms of who you are, it's not about the gender, is it? Yeah, it's stability. It's building stability, learning about building stability. So as much as there is artistic stuff there, and sometimes the art can be just for your own pleasure, I would say with the King of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles there, you probably want to build a business out of it and build money out of it, to be honest, or that's what you have been doing. Anything for the future? What do we need to know about the future energies? We've got the Star and we have the Three of Swords. Okay, that's an odd future combination, but we will figure it out as we get there. And final card, which will be a card of advice for you, is the Page of Wands, and I don't know which way it should be. I think it's meant to be upright. No, you know what? Actually, I think it means the same thing, whether it's reverse or upright. I think it means not to give up, to be honest. And if you need to explore different ways of making your dream happen and come true, then you do that. But it's the same whether it's reversed or not for me. Right. So let's get into the clarifiers with this. Let's start with that Queen of Wands and see what she tells us. What does the Queen of Wands want to tell us? Ace of Wands. Okay, I mean, the spark is there, the spark is strong, and it is creativity, spirituality as well, but with so much creative energy, I'll say create that creative spark. And a desire to shine brightly is coming to mind as well. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the sun comes out somewhere. Right, we've got the Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Moon. I'm still stand by what I said. I wouldn't be surprised if the sun came out, probably with the moon, to be honest, but we'll see. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Cups. So I'd say you know what you love, you know what you find fulfilling, what you want to put your heart and soul into. Let's have a quick look at that Seven of Pentacles. It almost feels like, and I should have said it before the card came out because it would have looked interesting. I know with the Seven of Pentacles, it can often be questions about is something worth it, but it almost feels like this is where you've already put the time and effort into it and you're just assessing the progress that you've made. I mean, the six comes before the Seven of Pentacles, doesn't it? I don't know which way that was. I will keep it upside down. Yeah, the 6 is where you give to something, isn't it? Where you put time, energy and effort. It's generosity as well. There's usually balance there. But as I say, it's assessing how far you've come. You may not have achieved as much as you want to be honest, with that World card being in reverse. Let's get one after that. You may feel like there's more to learn, or you're not quite sure what else you have to do to make it more successful or work better, especially if you're trying to create money from it. 10 of Cups, okay. That's interesting because I mean, as much as this is practical here with the Pentacles, about the effort you've put in and assessing how far you've come, you've got that 10 of Pentacles there. I don't know if maybe, although you haven't physically achieved or gone as far as you wanted to, you might have more, you might have the emotional satisfaction from it, to be honest, even if it's not practically giving everything it needs to give, or you're not getting practically as much as you thought you'd get out of it, like money, in terms of money or something. Let's get one more after that 10 of Cups. That's very, I'm curious. You've got the 6 of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Let me just get one for the 6 of Cups on its own. I'll try that again. That was a bit of a mess. So 6 of Cups. Actually, I kind of feel like I know what that is anyway, but I know I'm trying to get cards out when I have a feeling for it. Right, let's try that. So Temperance, King of Cups, okay. It feels like whatever this is, even if practically, financially, you're not getting exactly what you want out of it, there's just something about it that is emotionally, it's a gift. It feels like a gift to be able to express, to let it out. Gives you that sense of satisfaction, but there is something financial here where you probably would like to get something out of it financially as well, which obviously if you're putting your heart and soul into it, and you want to give all of your time and energy to it, then it is, you know, you're kind of not wrong for wanting to get something out of it financially, aren't you? Are you? So let's look at that Moon card. Eight of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, King of Cups, let me just get one for that 2 of Pentacles. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. Let's just get one more for that. Yeah. Okay, that makes it, yeah, that makes it make proper sense now. Yeah, as I said, it feels like you're probably emotionally fulfilled with this, but there's a practical side of it that is niggling at you about whether it's can give you financial stability. I know that we often speak of the Eight of Cups of being feelings where you don't want to feel a particular way anymore and you want to leave something behind. If anything, if you were leaving anything behind, it would be that feeling of a lack of financial security. But also for me, the Eight of Cups it's not settling. It's like the energy of, where you have creatives sometimes where they've said, look, I can't imagine doing anything else. I've met someone like this actually. I've met a piano player where they have done other jobs, but they just said they just can't do just a typical job, like even teaching. Like they taught lessons individually, but they said they just can't do it. It's like they didn't literally say it like sucks the life out of their soul or anything, but I got the impression they were going along those lines, that if they stayed in a job like that too long, it would suck the life out of their soul, because they're a performer. They like performing, like just not for the money, just clearly not for the money, because it's difficult, but the satisfaction of performing and creating, that was what brought them joy, and they wanted to devote all of their time and energy to that. So yeah, it's not settling for something that is just for the money, but at the same time you need the financial stability as well. So it's like you have what you love in your life, but you need the financial stability too. Let's have a quick look. I know there's cards everywhere. Let's have a quick look at that Page of Swords. So you have Temperance. Okay, I will take them. You have the Four of Cups, the Emperor, the Three of Wands. So yeah, if somebody is working freelance or working for themselves, they might be feeling disappointed if there's some dissatisfaction financially. I mean, I know it shows that the Four of Cups is known to be emotional dissatisfaction, but to be honest, as much as you can have your creative side that you love and you're doing what you love, if you've got financial issues as well, it's going to stress you out emotionally, isn't it? As much as you have the creative stuff that you love, the financial issues will stress you out and impact your emotions. And it's almost like the question of, I don't know, I'm not sure what to do. Like, what do I need to do to for the balance, for everything to be balanced, where I've got the stability and I'm doing what I love as well? That comes to mind. I don't know, I'm getting the impression as well with this Emperor that, I know I've talked about freelance and stuff like that, but of someone's boss or someone in authority not being happy with them, I'm not 100% sure what that's about. But I don't know, like say if you have a spouse or something, or a partner that you live with, and you want to throw all your energy into the creative stuff, but you're not really bringing in any money or not bringing in much money, and they're like not happy about that, which I can see both points of view. Obviously, you kind of deserve to pursue what you love, but at the same time, if they're bearing financial burdens, you got to see it from their perspective as well. It was coming more along the lines of boss. Like, it could be spouse, but there's something about a boss here, and I'm not sure. I don't know if somebody has like a job on as well, like another job as well, and maybe they're kind of a bit unreliable because they're so focused on the creative stuff that it makes them unreliable, but could be something here. But this Three of Wands as well, it's like waiting for success. Like, how do I get the complete success? So anyway, let's put these away, because I know I've spent ages on, as usual, on stuff. So overall energy of the Queen of Wands, it's that spark is there. You've got the spark, you know what you love, you know what you want. Possibly financial issues, or yeah, possible financial issues there, I would say. As much as you have the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles here, it's like it feels more of a, like, that you haven't got there yet. Although I know that the King of Pentacles is there, but we'll see what comes up. I mean, it could be telling the journey that you've been on with it, but let's see. Let me just shuffle these. So Seven of Cups, I mean, that's looking at your, I said options specifically, and obviously when I say options, if you've ever seen me talk about options before, it's very intentional when I speak of options. I usually don't speak of people as being options. So options for me is practical or physical options, or dreams even. So Seven of Cups. You may have even considered, yeah, it's here, isn't it? King of Pentacles, King of Swords, the practicality and logic. I wasn't going to use those words exactly, but I was going to say something along the lines of, if you were contemplating if your creative dream was a dream worth pursuing. Was I actually going to read one of these? I wasn't I? And I haven't done it. I'll read the Make Plans and Focus card after I've done the past energies, because I've completely forgotten, didn't I? You might have considered, right, I want to pursue my dream or continue to pursue my dream, but is it practical and is it logical? Does it make sense? Because I talked about avoiding a disaster here with this card of advice of what to learn from the past. Let's see what comes up from that. Yeah, I mean, you've got the Five of Pentacles there. That would be poverty. I don't know if you've been through that experience already. Someone might have been through that, where it just wasn't practical at the time or logical at the time, and you could have ended up with financial struggles, or it's the consideration of it. The Eight of Pentacles, it's what you focus your time and energy and effort on, isn't it? So again, that would be considering, is it the best thing for me to do to focus my time and energy and effort on this? Is it practical, or is it just going to cause problems? And the Chariot there, that's needing to take control and decide what to do, what path to choose. So let's get the advice, and then, as I say, I'll read that Make Plans and Focus card. So the Tower, as I said, it's like avoiding disaster. Like if you're considering if something's practical and viable, you are trying to avoid a disaster, aren't you, really? So what you learn with the Tower, Six of Swords, Five of Cups, the Strength card. I've done it again, bear with me. Sorry about that. I keep on forgetting that the battery has a time limit on it, and I've been recording for quite a few hours now. So, right, what was I doing? Okay, let's get some more cards. I have a thought on this actually, but let's see what else comes out. You have the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Swords. Right, I'm actually wondering with this Tower card about avoiding a disaster, because it didn't give us an exact, I mean, I'm going to be nosy and I am going to look at just this Chariot card on its own, because that would be where you choose which direction you're going, and I don't know if a direction was chosen at that point in time. Let's see. Why is the Chariot there? Eight of Cups. Queen of Wands. Queen of Cups. Okay. I mean, I can see that you wanted to choose the path that you probably wanted to choose what felt right for you and go after that ninth cup. I'm not 100% certain if you did it. Let me get one more. Oh, you probably did actually, because the Two of Cups can be connecting with what you love, right? So you may have pursued your dreams, but I'm wondering if at one or more points in the past you've had to kind of abandon the dream, or your creative dreams in a way, because if there were financial difficulties, as I said, there's a lot about avoiding a disaster, a feeling of avoiding a disaster here. And then it's all, I mean, you've got a sense of grief with the Five of Cups. I don't mean like through death or anything, but it's almost like, imagine if you have that dream and you get to a point where it's like, Jesus, I'm broke, I'm going to have to just give that up for a while and do a regular job. And that's what that Six of Swords and Five of Cups feels like. And the thing is, you could say it takes strength or courage either way. It would take strength to leave your dream behind, because you know that it's going to, probably some people might get depressed having to leave their dream behind if they're that attached to it. But it's also courage to pursue it as well. Let's have a look. So I want to see. Let's have a look at that Six of Swords. So yeah, this could have happened multiple times. I know that people who've had long-term creative careers, there are times when they do have to get normal average jobs, because it's like, well, the business isn't, or my creative stuff isn't bringing anything in at the minute, and I'm going to starve to death, or I'm not going to have anywhere to live if I don't do something different for a while. So Six of Swords. Right, you've got the Magician, Queen of Pentacles, We've got the King of Wands, Chariot. Let's look at the Five of Cups. The Fool, the Nine of Wands, the Empress. You know what? I'm going to go with my gut feeling, and my gut feeling, whatever the cards say, my gut feeling is that at some points you've had to it may have even just been doubts about having to leave the dream behind, but you may have had to like abandon it for a little bit. That's what my gut feeling is telling me. So in terms of the Six of Swords here with the Magician, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Wands, it's almost like having to leave behind that creative side of yourself, and what you value the most and what you feel passionate about. You might have had to leave that for a while. As I said, the Five of Cups here, it's a sense of grief, losing that sense of freedom, and creativity, that you felt and had towards you whatever it is you putting your effort into, that you wanted to put your actual effort into, the creative stuff. With the Nine of Wands, it kind of feels like giving up, to be honest, but not permanently. But as I say, like, you know, if you had to sacrifice for a little bit and say, oh, I can't spend all my time painting all day, I'm going to have to do another job now because I'm so broke. It's that giving up for a little bit, and it's like you can't keep it up anymore because it's just not sustainable financially for you. What else do we have? We have strength. As I say, it would take, for me, I feel it would take strength to do that, because you know that you're going to be sad having to do that. You having to sacrifice. It is a literal sacrifice, and not everyone will understand that. But if you're giving, I mean, anyone that's got something that they love and they've had to let go of it or give it up, just understand that feeling alone, whatever it is, and then they'd probably relate. Let's have a quick look at that Wheel of Fortune. I mean, the Five of Swords is a sense of defeat, isn't it? Or can be a sense of defeat. So Wheel of Fortune, yeah, it's like you had to kind of, I would say it's like change the plan for a while. Even up to now, you might have changed the plan up to now, to be honest, for more stability, for greater stability. Ace of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. I mean, the Knight of Pentacles is very, yeah, it's almost like you've had to change your beliefs for a while to be more practical and more stable, and even to get the support that you need, because sometimes, I know with creatives, sometimes not everybody is supportive of creatives. Like, say if you wanted to do a business venture that makes a lot of money, guarantee people want to probably invest in that more so than if you said, oh, I've got an artistic endeavor that I want to pursue, and you ask for support and you hear crickets. So yeah, that comes to mind. Let's have a quick look at that Five of Swords. So as I said, that feels like a bit of defeat in the past, where, again, in order to avoid a financial disaster, yeah, it feels like going against how you feel. Yeah, going against how you feel, going against your wishes, and then not able to sort of, not even complete the cycle. So, okay, let's put these back. And that tattoo artist thing is still in my head. So this could be someone who's wanted to pursue a career in tattooing, because that's just sticking. That's not going anywhere. Right, let's look at the Shield Maiden card, and then we'll progress into the reading more, because I was meant to do that at the beginning. So Shield Maiden says, have a plan or strategy in place before moving forward. The Shield Maiden is the female knight in shining armour. In Viking traditions, women were seen as equal to men, and so joined them on their raids and fought with them on the battlefield. In this deck, the Shield Maiden brings a fiercely feminine energy, the power to be a warrior while retaining feminine sensitivity. She is ready to put her plan into action. She's ready to go into battle. Her medicine helps us move beyond any unsettled feelings when our plans start to take shape, and follow through with our strategies in order to be where we want to be. Shield Maidens work together in times gone by to create shield walls of protection, so she also shows us how to work with others in order to bring our plans to fruition. Taking some time to assess what your next steps will be. All great warriors have a plan. You are a sensitive being, and if you are not prepared for the tasks you are taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestor guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So have a strategy in place and then let your guide support you as you move forward. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed about the shield is in both of these messages. This one is where you need a shield while you're planning, while you're strategizing. Then you have the hermit there, which I said it could be about, I believe I said it's about contemplating, like taking a pause to, I feel like I said it in this reading. I've done quite a few today, so you forget sometimes. But that could be like kind of protecting yourself. And that could be financial protection where, like, so for example, financial protection, that would be where you have just a regular job or whatever, or a side hustle or something, while you figure out what your next move is in terms of the thing that you really are passionate about. So that would be protection. When it says drop your shields, I guess that's where you get to the point where you have your plan, you have your strategy, you've made some moves, and it looks like there's a better chance of support. It's not even the success thing, it's support, I think, is the key thing, because as I've said a million times now, there are no guarantees in what you're doing, but of things working out exactly the way you want. But I suppose one way you can drop your shields is when you kind of feel more supported. But let's have a quick look at that protection guardian message. I've gotten it loads of times, but let me just see if there's anything in particular. Right, so she's just saying, drop your fear-based shields and move into a loving, protective force field that will keep you safe, but allow your gifts to shine out. I'll read the extended message. This might be helpful to someone. You may have encountered shame or embarrassment in your past, but that is not your present. Angels are drawing close at this time to help you move beyond any limiting thoughts, emotions, and patterns that may be making you feel unsafe. Know that angelic protection is swirling around you at this moment and will help you move forward in a more fearless way. Call on your guides for help in changing your frequency so you can feel safe and protected at this time. You are stronger than you think, and your angels and ancestor guides are here to help you realize this now. Okay. So it looks like there's something here where, as I say, I don't know if it's support, whether you get to a point where you've built up a lot of savings or something, and you feel like, right, I've got savings now, so I can take a break from, or leave the regular job behind and focus back on my creative stuff. I don't know if there's something like that. Feel free to share in the comments if this resonates, what the deal is with that. But it's almost like, as I say, while you're trying to figure things out, you need to protect yourself, but then you're able to be more fearless. Let's have a look at that King of Pentacles and see what comes up for that. So that's the present energy now. So King of Pentacles, as I say, it's building, it's stability. It is the practical side of things, isn't it? Excuse me. And he's there twice. The 10 of Pentacles is there as well. You may find that you come across an advisor who has a helpful strategy for you that can help you to get what you want. I feel like she was meant to be upright, to be honest, so we'll put her there. Queen of Cups. Okay, just bear with me while I pause for a sec. Okay, let's continue from the Queen of Cups, see what's next. Yeah, the Hanged Man. Queen of Swords. Two of Cups. I wonder if this is where you are kind of thinking about how to bring things together. Two of Wands, and I feel like that's meant to be like that. Let's have a look at the Hanging Man, or the Hanged Man, should I say. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. The Hanged Man with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, that's brilliant. That is where you would want to drop your shields, isn't it? Where, as I said, if there are any financial issues, it's where you don't want to have to hold on so tightly to whatever the finances are that you've got, and it's considering how to be more stable, but I would say in a more honourable way. Queen of Cups, honouring your feelings. Queen of Swords, honouring your truth. And then the Two of Cups, it's where it's that reciprocated energy. So I spoke, I believe, at the beginning about, in terms of creativity, it's what you put your heart and soul into. It's that whatever work you are doing, hopefully, and I think I will clarify this actually, however you're giving your time and energy and what you're giving yourself to, you get a positive feeling back in return. So as a creative, it's like being able to do that and getting, I mean, there's the feeling in itself of doing it and getting a reward, but obviously you'd want to get rid of the financial stresses, wouldn't you? It would be nice to have like a stable sort of income where it feels worth it, to put it bluntly. Let's see what else the Hanged Man says as well. Four of Cups. It's like contemplating how to get rid of, how to get rid of the worries and how to have that stability, how to have a good opportunity and stability as well. You might be thinking of different ideas of how to combine the creativity and the finances as well. Let's just see what comes after Judgment, actually. Right, yeah, I would say with the Three of Swords coming out, there's things that you may have had to do in the past, like, for example, abandoning your creativity for a while to make money. You wouldn't want to go back to that with as a second chance with the Judgment card. And it's not to say that you're completely unwilling to do a different job from what you love in terms of the creativity, but there may have been things that you really felt, and I can't think of a better way to put it, than you really felt like you had to sell out or something, or go against your integrity for the financial stability. And you wouldn't want to do that again. It's like figuring a way out, it feels like. Let's have a look at that Two of Cups. So you've got the Chariot. I feel like this should have been upright, to be honest, but we'll keep it like that, because for me, when it's in reverse, it's just that it's a work in progress. And I mean, the Chariot it's the beginning of the journey, isn't it, really? So you've got the Fool. I mean, the Fool and the Seven of Swords, for me, it is about taking a risk, isn't it, to get that reciprocated emotional energy that you put out, and you want to get something back. Let's have a look at the Two of Wands. That is a lot, but I think I will take them. So we've got the World again. That just keeps showing up, doesn't it? Queen of Wands, Justice, the Emperor, Six of Wands. This is a bit of a limbo energy, I'll be honest with you. It's almost like, again, it's taking everything into a consideration, but it's alignment, I feel, with the Chariot. It's trying to bring everything into alignment where you get to pursue the dream, but there's practical stability behind it as well. So that's building, isn't it? Building is everything. When you build something, you're building upon a dream. There's practical, you're building practically as well. So it's like, how do you build the dream? And I feel that's where you probably are now. How do you build it? How do you get that stability that you want? And still be able to pursue the dream as well. So let's go on to the advice. What can you learn in this current, at this point in time, in the current energy? Just give the cards a shuffle again. That Queen of Swords, I forgot to say that she may have been or maybe someone you know who could be an advisor in the present energy. So 10 of Pentacles. We've got the 10 of Swords. As I said, this is your not advice, but what you can learn in the present. 3 of Swords. Nope, not on fire. The Chariot. Oh. So initially, it almost feels like the finances aren't the most important thing here, first of all. Like, obviously, you do need financial stability, but this 10 of Pentacles is your legacy as well, isn't it? It's not just money. It's your legacy. And with the clarifiers that have come out, the 10 of Swords and 3 of Swords is sad energy. It's been heartbroken because something has ended. Something's had to be let go of. And it's almost like a warning that if you are very much in limbo and you are considering again if you will have to let your dreams go or if they're viable or not, it's almost saying if you don't follow the if you don't have a balanced path or balanced direction in mind in terms of heart and mind, it's gonna hurt. So like, for example, giving up on your dream, giving up on your dream is going to be devastating, isn't it? Which obviously it would be devastating, but it's kind of like a warning. It's, let me see what else comes out, because I'm probably not explaining this very well. It's like a dishonor to yourself. I know that sounds a bit odd. You got the Nine of Pentacles and Nine of Wands there. See, there's that giving up energy again. Let's look at that Nine of Pentacles on its own. I have a message for that actually. And is this the Five of, no, it's the Eight of Cups. Oh yeah, I did say where, I can't remember where it was, but I said you wouldn't want to go back to that, didn't I? I think it was up here somewhere. Certain cards came out and I said you wouldn't want to go back to whatever you felt was like where you might have sold out or lost your integrity doing certain things to just to get money because you were struggling. That's that energy again, because the Nine of Pentacles is, it's not a bad card in itself, but with these clarifiers and this energy, I guess it is kind of a warning. I guess selling out is one word I could use. But I guess it's more of a warning about abandoning your dream and being too focused on finances is one thing. It's not to say that finances are not important. They are. But if you put that above everything else, that's a problem, isn't it? And as I say, the legacy is not going to be how much money you have or how much money you leave behind. It's going to be what you did with your time and your energy and effort. And what do you want that to be in terms of your legacy? If you get to the point of being really old and being on your deathbed and you have your faculties about you and you were able to say, what would I want my legacy to be? What would you want to have focused on? Would you have wanted to put your time and energy into the creative stuff that you're in love with? Or would you have wanted to have spent more of your time building financial stability? And as I say, you can't necessarily abandon one over the other, but how do you get the balance between that? But it definitely shows that it's like if you only focus on the stability and you sort of think the dreams are just pointless and you get tempted to be too focused on the stability, it's going to hurt you and it is going to be like you've given up on it, on the dream. Right, let's go to future energy. This is such a complex thing. It's one of those where it's just so, it's a very individual thing to have to consider, depending on each person's circumstances and the solutions. But anyway, right, we've got the Star and the Three of Swords as potential future energies. Why is the Star with the Three of Swords? Please, we have Temperance. I mean, I was going to say healing potentially because of the Star being there with the Three of Swords. The Empress is in reverse. I wonder if somebody feels overly responsible financially now. Like, you know, if you've struggled so long and it's like you get to a point where maybe you do get a job and you get that security and you're so scared of struggling again that you become trapped in that. I mean, I haven't really picked up trapped energies apart. I mean, I suppose that drop your shields energy is an indication that you can let go a little bit, but it is almost making me think of someone where they potentially have become heavily in the world. But if it's detrimental in the sense of having to sacrifice your creativity for that, then I don't know. Let's see what else comes out with the Star. Two of Swords. There's the Temptation again. Okay. It's almost like the temptation to deviate from your path, your dreams, your creativity. Let's have a look at that Magician, because he's giving me funny vibes. As I've said before with this Magician, sometimes he's all right, but other times the vibes are a bit funny. Okay, I get it. It's not a bad vibe, but it is a warning. It's more of a warning to you about whatever you create. Make sure it honors you and it's in alignment with your truth and who you really are, because the Hermit, that is about its inner it's introspection, it's knowing who you are, seeking knowledge, seeking truth about who you are and your place in the world, and justice is what's right for you, isn't it? It's the fairness, it's the balance, it's where you get what it is you want. So whatever you're trying to create, make sure that you don't I mean, the Empress in reverse there, it's kind of like you could refer to that as giving up on your creativity. You still want that connection and that harmony in terms of the emotional and creative stuff that you're involved in, or in love with, should I say. So 2 of Swords. I think something has flipped in the deck, hasn't it, as well, and I haven't noticed it. 2 of Swords, sorry, and 5 of Wands. Yeah, it was. The King of Cups flipped as well, but I don't know where it flipped. But that would be where you say, if you, as I say, if you abandon the creativity for the financial stuff because of the pressure, it's like repressing your feelings, isn't it? And what you really want and what you really desire. Right, 4 of Cups, 8 of Wands. Let's get one more for that. I actually know what that means. Yeah, and that confirms it. That confirms it. This 2 of Swords, it's 2 truths. Again, I know there aren't pentacles with this 2 of Swords, but it's like the mental conflict between doing what feels practical and following your passions with the 8 of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the High Priestess as well, because that's where you know what you really want. And even if there isn't as much of a financial aspect here, in general, it is the consideration of the viability of following your passions and your dreams, isn't it? That's the biggest thing here, the biggest takeaway. Let's look at the Devil quickly, and then we'll go on to your final advice card. 8 of Swords. I mean, that can be limiting thoughts that trap you, and that's the shield, isn't it? I mean, I know it's a wand, but it's a shield. That's the part of your brain that tells you literally cannot do this. There's just no point. It's almost like, almost feel like this 7 of Wands is hiding the Queen of Wands in there. Like, that's you behind that door. And she's there as well, isn't she? Wanting to come out and shine your light and do what you want to do and be creative. But you've got that 7 of Wands there that's kind of blocking it. That's the part of yourself that's like, no. Even if you still do creative and artistic stuff, it's not reaching its fullest potential, or you're not giving it the opportunity to shine or express to its fullest potential. Okay, we'll leave that there. So overall, with that Star card, again, it's that warning of being careful of abandoning your dreams. There may be something you need to heal around the pain of, if you've had to abandon your dreams already at different points in your life. You might have gotten to a point now where it's a bit of a bone of contention. This whole pursuing your dreams, whether it's just within yourself or with other, like family members or a spouse or something as well. Let's look at that Page of Wands. I said that is your advice. So I would say, again, I think I said at the beginning, it's like, don't give up, continue to explore, even if you can't do everything exactly the way you want now. Even if your plans don't exactly go to plan now, don't give up, continue to explore different ways, means, ideas of doing what you need to do. So we've got the 8 of Swords. Again, that's the limitations. You've got the Star in reverse, limitations. 9 of Cups, limitations. Is the deck upright? Yes, it is upright, but everything's coming out reverse. 7 of Swords, okay. And I think, yeah, I'll clarify it just to check, but 9 of bloody hell, that's a stressed out energy, yeah. Very much an energy of not giving up completely. Find a way, whatever that way is, and I can't tell you for sure here what the way is. As I said, this is a really specific thing, and it's almost like you need specialist help to figure this out, of exactly what you need to do. Or sometimes it can be about time as well, can't it? It's not necessarily specialist, but specific. Like it's very much such a it'll be unique individual situations for different people, that the advice is going to be like, specific advice would be very different for different people. Seven of Swords. Let's have a quick look at that. Whoa, okay. Hierophants there. Six of Pentacles. God. There's something about responsibility with that Hierophant and the Six of Pentacles. I mean, the first thing I would get from the Seven of Swords in a reading like this is about living a lie, to be honest, or lying to yourself. You know, like if you did kind of give up on your dream and say, oh, well, it was pointless anyway. What's the point? It was stupid. I don't know why I bothered with it. That's lying to yourself, isn't it? And also, the Seven of Swords can also be a risk. So a risk towards something you want to do, but then you've got a conflict there as well. And as I say, the Hierophant and the Six of Pentacles, they feel like responsibility, like the pressure. It's that pressure of having to be responsible and do the responsible and practical thing over your dreams. And as I said, there's got to be a balance there. Obviously, you can't just 100% pursue your dreams and have no way of feeding yourself or having a roof over your head, because that really is the extreme of irresponsible, isn't it? But at the same time, it's not fair to you to have to completely abandon your dreams either, to be practical. And as I said, I don't know if there's somebody in your life where like you could have a family, you could be a parent, you could have a spouse or other responsibilities, so there's more pressure to be financially responsible as well. So overall advice, I'd say, as I say, don't give up, continue to explore how you can somehow keep your dreams in your life, one way or another. Okay, so let's get you final advice, final cards of advice from, what am I using for this? Power of Surrender. Final cards of advice for the fire signs that chose the work reading, Power of Surrender. Final cards of advice. So we have surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. Okay. You also have, you've got quite a few. I didn't realize you had that many. And that unhealthy relationship, it doesn't have to be a person. It can be situations. It can be situations that you find yourself in, and it can be that an unhealthy relationship can be with yourself as well. For example, if you talk down to yourself a lot and put yourself down a lot in your own mind, even that can be an unhealthy relationship. There could be unhealthy relationships in your life with people who have put you off your dream as well. That's another thing that could be relevant here, right? You've got surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. I feel like did I mention burnout in this? I think I mentioned the possibility of someone feeling burnout. As I said, I've done so many readings today, I can't remember now. So that might be relevant to someone who, if anyone's experiencing burnout, or in terms of just whatever path you're following, if it feels wrong, if it really feels wrong, like the wrong path, it probably is the wrong path, in terms of if you're deviating from your dreams and what you love to try and do something different because you feel like that would be the more practical option. Use your discernment. I know we say that a lot, but obviously nobody can make the decision for you. So you also have surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. For me, that's the keep hope alive card. That energy here with that page of wands about not giving up. And then you get surrender to trust, which is a very similar energy to keep hope alive and don't give up. It says, trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. This could very well be connected to that surrender unhealthy relationships part, actually, but you'll know. And finally, surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So take that however that's relevant to you. If you felt like you've had to figure this all out by yourself and do everything by yourself, if there is any way that you can get support from someone that you trust, who genuinely has your best interests at heart, then, you know, go and get that. So I'll leave you a message there. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.